Hello everybody, Andrew Casey at Hypersanitybooks. Today's video I'll be touching through 3 prompts for potential books. Each will be vastly different and I'll ask for 2 synopsis for each. I'll have the background set up with some text and everything else while the AI reads out the work. The idea of today's video is to give you some ideas on how to potentially write some other books or have an idea that you're playing around with. And at the end of the video, I'll touch on how I feel about Chat GPT and what you should be looking at for different ideas. Otherwise, let's get into it. So this is the prompt that I've asked AI to do. Create 2 comedic synopsis for a potential book titled The Arsehole Who Did a Wet Fart. So if you're not aware, I have a book coming out, The Arsehole Who Didn't Want to Celebrate Christmas. Just playing with words. The idea of this is to have a little bit of fun. Use the app to do that. Have some fun with it. Although there are different warnings. Sometimes you will put in certain prompts and it won't accept. So when I asked to do a romantic comedy, it refused. So there are some things to play around with. It just gives you more than a blank page to work with.
In the quirky town of Puddlebottom, everyone knows Roger is the biggest jerk around. Known for his snarky comments and rude behavior, he takes pleasure in making others uncomfortable. But everything changes when, during a high-stakes meeting, Roger accidentally lets out a wet fart that echoes through the room. The incident becomes the talk of the town, with the residents torn between outrage and uncontrollable laughter. Amidst the chaos, Roger finds himself on a hilarious journey of redemption. With the help of an unlikely support group of quirky townspeople, he sets out to prove that even assholes can have a change of heart and make amends for their past behavior. As Roger navigates embarrassing situations and comical encounters, he starts to question his own actions and the impact he has on those around him. Along the way, he unexpectedly falls for Daphne, a kind-hearted and forgiving woman who sees potential in him despite his past. Their budding romance becomes the catalyst for Roger's transformation from an arsehole who did a wet fart to a genuinely caring individual. The Arsehole Who Did a Wet Fart is a comedic journey of self-discovery and redemption that reminds us that even the biggest jerks can learn to be better. It's a story filled with laughter, forgiveness, and unexpected love.
From that example, you could see how it had comedy potential, but putting in a romantic comedy, ChatGPT didn't like that, because what's so romantic about a wet fart? Sorry, I gotta hold myself there. Now, the next story is a bit darker toned. The idea of the title is to test the adult boundaries as an adult fictional book, but it will touch on different subject matter, hopefully within the generated text. Again, I would recommend asking to do 5 different potential synopsis to a book because it gives you something to look at and accept or reject. They're just different ideas that might help you to write something you've never written before. Otherwise, here we go. Create 2 comedic and dark romantic synopsis for a potential book titled The Arsehole Who Had My Daughter Dickmatized. My intentions of that book, it's more from a father's point of view to protect his daughter. There is also the other underlying part where there are some relationships that stay in the relationship for the wrong reasons. Otherwise, let's see what it generated.
In the small and quirky town of Stumbleton, single mother Lisa finds herself at odds with her daughter Emily's new boyfriend, Kevin. With his smug attitude and irksome charm, Kevin quickly earns the title of the town's biggest arsehole. But there's something unsettlingly intriguing about him that has Lisa grappling with her own desires. As Lisa navigates the chaos of her daughter being completely dickmatized by Kevin, she finds herself drawn into a web of comedic and dark romantic entanglements. From disastrous family dinners to accidentally stumbling upon a hidden underground fight club, their lives become a rollercoaster ride of absurdity and unexpected emotions. But beneath the snarky remarks and the outrageous situations lies a deeper story. As secrets are revealed and wounds of the past are exposed, Lisa must confront her own demons while trying to protect her daughter from making the same mistakes. In the process, she starts to question her own feelings and wonders if there is more to Kevin than meets the eye. The Asshole Who Had My Daughter Digmatized is a darkly comedic tale that explores the complexities of love, family, and the unpredictable nature of desire. It's a story that reminds us that even the biggest assholes can be hiding something worth discovering.
With the different prompts, the perspective came from a mother's point of view. Still an interesting twist compared to what I was expecting from a father's point of view. Again, limited text to get that end result. Otherwise, with certain relationships and toxic relationships, the cycle just keeps repeating in a whirlwind. And I think with some storytelling, I think it should change.
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow? No! I knew it, I'm surrounded by assholes.
From that positive resolution. However, ChatGPT gives you something to work with. You can take some of the text, leave some of the text. You don't have to take the whole thing. It just gives you more than nothing to work with. Again, from different prompts, you can try to work on some other ideas, and like a potential person looking for books, you think about it, would that be the type of book you would read or not? So think about using ChatGPT. The next example is a potential book series. I'm going to just have the text explained because it's too complicated to explain word for word. With the potential here, from my book Dark Sparrow the Mastermind, there's the Mystic class, which is prestigious, where someone is working in with a cleric, sorcerer, and scion. So the Mystic has all three within herself. With Mystic's Apprentice, it's a potential book for the same concept of someone with all of those abilities to teach it to another group. So there is a potential book series in the works. Otherwise, we'll just listen to the text.
Create 2 dark psychological urban fantasy synopsis for a potential book titled Mystic's Apprentice, Party of 4. The elderly man who is the mystic's teacher dominates as a cleric, sorcerer, and scion. Little does he know this after-school detention of 4 teenagers would have to travel to another planet where they need to trust in this elderly many to prepare them for the fight ahead. Which of the 4 students will dominate in the 3 arts to become the leader? In the sprawling metropolis of Viridius, 4 disillusioned teenagers embark on what they believe is just another mundane after-school detention. Little do they know that they are about to plunge into a world of dark enchantment and sinister prophecies, at the mercy of the elderly mystic's teacher. As the elderly man, a master of the cleric, sorcerer, and scion arts, unveils his dominance, the teenagers are forcibly transported to another planet. Here, they must rely on the guidance and teachings of the enigmatic mystic to prepare themselves for an impending and apocalyptic battle. The stakes are high, and only one of the 4 students can truly dominate in the 3 arts and become the ultimate leader. But as they delve deeper into this twisted new world, the students soon realize that the fight ahead is not just physical, but psychological as well. Each of them must confront their own fears, past traumas, and inner demons in order to tap into the immense powers within. As the line between reality and illusion blurs, trust becomes a fragile commodity. Amidst the chaos and upheaval, the 4 students find themselves questioning the motives of their elderly mentor. Can they truly trust him, or is he a puppet master manipulating them for his own sinister desires? As tensions rise and alliances shift, the ultimate question becomes not just who will dominate in the arts, but also who will emerge as a true leader, a beacon of hope in the face of impending darkness.
There is potential in each of the 3 stories. With the ChatGPT, however, I would say use it to create multiple synopsis and give it a go if you truly think there is potential in a book idea. Sometimes a name could spark an idea, sometimes a little bit of conflict created, otherwise it gives you more than nothing to work with. My full thoughts with the ChatGPT, however, don't use it to replace an author. It's not at that sort of capacity. It still takes time to build your narrative, it takes time to build your climax. It can't replace everything. However, with using ChatGPT, I use about 10% of what is there, not the full thing. Otherwise, that's it for today. Hit like, subscribe, comment. I'll be talking about AI technology within writing books and other potential forward, But that's another story and shall be told another time.